Alright, we're doing this. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Renee and I am so happy to have you. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my TTC and miscarriage journey, story. It all goes together. For me, I can't tell one without the other. So, this is not the first time that I've talked about my miscarriage publicly. I've talked about it on my blog as well as on my Instagram, and I'll link all of those down below if you want to go check them out and kind of read about my story in a different way. But the Lord has put it on my heart to share and to be open, because I know that I am not the only one who has gone through this and who is still struggling with TTC. If you don't know, TTC means trying to conceive, but I'm assuming if you're watching this, you are probably informed of what that means. So here we go. We're just going to tell the story. I have my little pup hiding back there. So if you see her, sorry. She likes to be by me every second of the day. So here we go. We're going to jump into it. In March of 2018, is when my husband and I decided to start trying to have a family, and we started immediately. I started with ovulation testing kits. I started taking prenatals, drinking water, everything I could find on the internet that said will help you to conceive, I was doing. And fast forward to June, we found out that I was pregnant. So it took about 4 months, right? March, April, May, June, to conceive. And then about 4 days after we found out that I was pregnant, I started to miscarry our baby. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about the miscarriage just because I've already wrote about it and that's not really what this video is about. But I did miscarry. I was about 6 weeks along, and that miscarriage lasted a total of, I want to say 8 or 9 days before everything kind of calmed down. And then you have to take, or I was recommended to take one cycle of a break until my next period began. And then after that we could start trying. So we waited for my period to return, which took a long time, and I was really frustrated because at that point I wanted to get pregnant again and I wanted to have a baby. And everyone that I talked to that had had a miscarriage, it seemed that they conceived the first try after. So I was ready, I was excited, I was anticipating my cycle to start so we could start trying. I think it was about 35 days after the miscarriage that my period came, and then you have to wait for that, and then the fertile window. So we tried on the first fertile window, and I was so sure that I was going to get pregnant. I was already in my mind talking as if I was pregnant, and we did not conceive on that first try. And everything I read online, everyone I talked to, the first 3 months after miscarriage is when your body is highly fertile. It's the most fertile, it's the most ready. And so I just was sure that that's when we were going to get pregnant, in those first 3 months. So month 1 came and went and we did not conceive. Month 2 came and went and we did not conceive. Month 3 came and went and we did not conceive. And at that point, my hopes were so far down. I was in a rut. I was so upset because I felt like my time had passed. They give you those 3 months and that's the time that you have to conceive, and we didn't, and I was absolutely devastated. So after those 3 months, let's see, when was that? July, August, September, October. So by October was the 3 months. We still hadn't conceived. Then November rolls around, and my hopes were like, oh, maybe on Thanksgiving we'll find out that I'm pregnant. How great would that be? And we weren't. And then Christmas came and we still weren't. And then New Year's and we still weren't. And now here we are in February, which I'm anticipating being a difficult month. because this was when our due date was for our first pregnancy, and so that's really hard, and then we still haven't conceived, and that's really hard. And so a lot of prayer goes into this particular month, and a lot of quiet time and just being mindful of God's plans. So now we're coming up on 1 year of trying to conceive, from March to March, and it can be really frustrating. And the whole reason that I'm sharing my story is because I know how I feel, which is frustrated, sad, upset, angry. Every emotion that you could think of, I experience on a monthly basis. It's like every month your hopes go so high up, and then they come crashing down, and then you're upset, and it's just a whole big thing. And through social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, I found other women who are in the same situation or have been in that situation, where getting pregnant is not as easy for them as it is for other people. And I found so much comfort in that, and so I decided to share my story and hope to bring comfort and encouragement to others, because I know there are many more out there, and I feel like this is something that not too many people talk about. Not a lot of people talk about miscarriage. It's kind of taboo. People don't talk about it. People act like it didn't happen. And I'm going to talk more about that and miscarriage in a different video separately. But people don't talk about it, which can lead you to feel very alone. Trying to conceive, a lot of people don't talk about it. And I think nowadays with social media and YouTube and all of this, it's becoming increasingly more normal to talk about it. But I think a lot of people don't, because they feel like it's weird or it's private, which it is. It's a private decision, and it's very emotional. It's a very emotional journey. But I think that it needs to be talked about, because otherwise you just feel like you're the only one fighting that battle, and that's not true. So that's why I'm sharing my story. It's been almost a year of trying to conceive. Once we did, and we miscarried, and so I'm on this journey with you, and I have so much on my heart that I want to share and hopefully encourage you with. So if you are on a TTC journey, if you've miscarried in the past, I want you to be a part of this little community and stick around and kind of hear some of my encouraging words, and I'd love to hear from you. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up with all of my videos. I would love that, and I would also love if you reach out to me. If you have a story with miscarriage or trying to conceive or infertility, I would love to hear it, and I would love to come alongside you and support you and love on you during this frustrating and emotional and difficult time. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and letting me share my heart with you, and I hope that this can help encourage someone else to know that you are not alone, and you're not broken, and you're not messed up, and all of those negative things that we tell ourselves are not true. So just definitely stick around for future videos, because I have so much in store on this topic. Thanks, guys.